Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Nest. I'm Mia, and I'm here with Max.
Hey everyone, I'm Max, and today we are talking about something that every English learner struggles with.
How to stop translating in your head.
This is the big one.
The moment when you can think in English instead of translating from your language.
That moment changes everything.
So let's talk about why it happens, how to fix it, and what it actually feels like when it works.
First, why do people translate in their head?
Because when you first learn a language, you learn through your native language.
Your brain creates a bridge, new English word, translate to your language, understand it.
That bridge works fine at first, but it slows you down.
Have you experienced this, Mia?
Absolutely. When I was learning Spanish, I would hear something and my brain would go, okay, that word is blank, which means blank in English, so the sentence means blank.
By the time you finish that process, the conversation has moved on.
And you feel like you are always one step behind.
Always catching up, never quite in the flow.
Flow is that state when things feel natural and effortless.
You want to be in the flow of the conversation, not outside it looking in.
So how do you get there?
The first thing, stop studying English through your native language.
What does that mean practically?
Use an English dictionary, not a translation dictionary.
An English dictionary gives you the definition in English.
So when you look up a new word, you think about its meaning in English.
Not the translation, the English meaning.
For example, the word anxious. An English definition might say, feeling worried or nervous about something uncertain.
Your brain stores that meaning in English, not in your language.
That is a crucial difference. Crucial means extremely important.
The second strategy, think in English throughout your day.
Even just for a few minutes at first.
When you wake up, think about your morning in English.
I'm going to make coffee. I'm a little tired. Today, I have a meeting at 3.
Just narrate your life in English in your head.
Narrate means to describe or tell what is happening.
At first, it feels weird, unnatural.
But it gets easier very quickly. Your brain adapts.
Adapt means to adjust to a new situation.
The third strategy, consume as much English content as possible.
Consume means to use, watch, read, or listen to.
TV shows, movies, podcasts, music, YouTube.
When you hear English constantly, your brain starts to recognize patterns.
Pattern recognition is a huge part of fluency.
Fluency means speaking a language easily and naturally.
You stop analyzing every word and start feeling the language.
That is the shift, from analyzing to feeling.
The fourth strategy, learn vocabulary in phrases, not just single words.
Most people study words alone. Cat, dog, beautiful.
But words live in phrases and sentences.
Learn the whole phrase. The cat is sleeping on the sofa.
Not just cat. The cat is sleeping on the sofa.
Your brain stores whole phrases, so when you need them, they come out whole.
Without translating word for word.
Chunking is the word for this. Learning language in chunks or pieces.
Chunks of language. How are you? Nice to meet you. Let me know if you need anything.
Those are all chunks, pre-made phrases you can use without thinking.
Without translating, just automatically.
The fifth strategy, make peace with not understanding everything.
Oh, this is a big one.
Many learners get stuck because they want to understand every single word.
If they miss one word, they panic. They lose the thread.
Lose the thread means to lose track of what is being said.
But native speakers do not understand every word either.
We use context. We use surrounding words to figure out meaning.
Context. the words and situations around a word that help explain its meaning.
If someone says, I was absolutely ravenous after the gym, you might not know ravenous.
But from context, you can figure out ravenous probably means very hungry.
And you would be right. Ravenous means extremely hungry.
You got the meaning without translating, without stopping, without breaking flow.
That is the skill, tolerating uncertainty while staying in the conversation.
Tolerate means to accept something difficult without getting upset.
The sixth strategy, shadowing.
Shadowing is a technique where you repeat what you hear almost simultaneously.
Simultaneously means at the same time.
You listen to English audio and you repeat it a split second behind.
Like a shadow following the speaker.
This forces your mouth and brain to process English directly.
No time to translate, you just follow.
It feels strange at first, but it is incredibly effective.
Effective means it works well and produces good results.
Even 5 minutes of shadowing practice a day makes a difference.
The seventh strategy, speak more.
It sounds obvious, but so many learners focus only on listening and reading.
Speaking activates a different part of your brain.
When you speak, you cannot translate. There is not time.
You have to find words from English directly.
And the more you do that, the better you get at it.
Find a language partner. Join an online conversation group. I'm making coffee now. I'm going to the kitchen. I'm looking for my keys. Where are my keys?
Very relatable.
Your keys are always in the last place you look.
Because once you find them, you stop looking. That's why.
Ha, that is actually true.
Let's talk about what it feels like when the translation finally stops.
It is a very specific feeling.
You hear something in English and you just understand it.
No processing, no bridge, just meaning.
Like when you understand a joke and laugh before you even think about why it is funny.
Your brain got it directly in English.
That is the goal. That is fluency.
It does not happen overnight.
But it does happen with consistent practice.
Consistent means doing something regularly over time.
Not perfect practice, not intensive practice.
Just regular daily practice.
A little bit every day beats a lot once a week.
That is true for any skill. Language, music, sports, anything.
Progress compounds. Small gains build into big ones over time.
So today, pick one strategy from this episode and try it this week.
Just one, not all 7.
Think in English during your commute, or use an English dictionary for one new word.
Small, consistent steps lead to big changes. Let me tell you about my own experience with this.
Tell us.
When I was learning Spanish, I hit a wall after about a year.
Hit a wall means to reach a point where progress suddenly stops.
I could study vocabulary and grammar forever, but the moment someone spoke to me naturally, I was lost.
Lost means confused, unable to follow what is happening.
I would understand the individual words, but not the meaning.
Because real speech is so much faster than textbook speech.
Native speakers run words together. They use contractions.
Contractions, 2 words joined together. I am becomes I'm. Do not becomes don't.
They speak at natural speed, which is much faster than we think.
And they use idioms, slang, cultural references.
What changed things for me was watching Spanish TV without subtitles.
That sounds terrifying.
It was. For weeks, I understood almost nothing.
But then?
Slowly, patterns started to emerge. I started catching phrases.
Emerge means to come out and become visible.
And then one day, I understood a whole conversation without thinking about it.
The magic moment.
The magic moment. Your brain just gets it.
Without translating, without processing.
just understanding.
That is what we want for our listeners with English.
And it is completely achievable with the right practice.
Achievable means possible to accomplish with effort.
Now, let's talk about some specific techniques in more detail.
The first one we mentioned, English to English dictionary.
Let's do an example. The word stubborn.
In a translation dictionary, you find your language's word for stubborn.
Your brain stores stubborn equals that word.
But in an English dictionary, stubborn means unwilling to change your opinion or behavior even when pressured.
Your brain stores the whole concept in English.
And now when you hear stubborn, you feel the meaning directly.
No translation step in between.
That step disappears over time with practice.
Disappears. Gradually goes away.
Now, thinking in English, let's talk about this more.
You do not need to think in full sentences at first.
Start with just labeling things around here.
You look at a chair, chair. You look at a window, window.
Then graduate to simple phrases. The chair is red. The window is open.
Graduate means to move to a higher or more advanced level.
Then full sentences. I am going to make coffee now. I need to find my keys.
Over time, full internal monologue in English.
Internal monologue means the ongoing conversation you have inside your head.
We all have one. The goal is to have it in English.
At first, it feels ridiculous. That is normal.
Ridiculous means extremely silly or unreasonable.
It feels silly, but that feeling passes quickly.
And then one day you catch yourself thinking in English without trying.
That is a wonderful moment.
It really is. It means the language is becoming part of you.
Not just something you study, part of how you think.
Part of your identity, almost.
Language and identity are deeply connected.
Connected means linked, related. One affects the other.
Now, a word about patience.
Yes, this takes time.
There is no shortcut to thinking in a new language.
Shortcut means a faster or easier way to achieve something.
You have to put in the hours, consistently.
Consistently means regularly over a long period of time.
Not perfectly, not intensively necessarily, just regularly.
A little every day beats a lot once in a while.
Once in a while means occasionally, not regularly.
Every day beats once in a while every single time.
Progress is not always visible day to day.
But it is happening, like a plant growing.
You don't see it move, but it is growing constantly.
And then one day you notice it has doubled in size.
Language learning is exactly like that.
Trust the process.
Trust the process is a phrase that means believe in the journey even when you cannot see progress.
Excellent advice for language learning and for life generally.
Today's question, which strategy are you going to try? Tell us in the comments and tell us about your translation experience.
Do you still translate in your head, or have you had moments of thinking directly in English?
If you are enjoying English Nest, please subscribe right now. New episode every single day.
Hit the like button, share with a friend learning English, and we will see you in the next episode.
See you next time, everyone.